Hello, Wim. I'm so happy to see you. So happy to see you. Where are you? Are you in Netherlands now?
Yes, I'm in the Netherlands and same planet, same planet.
All right. I was reading. I live in UK. I'm Italian originally, but I live in UK now for 8 years. And I was reading that UK probably will go into a second lockdown. Now they're discussing, and also Netherlands. They're discussing like a 4 weeks lockdown of some sort. What's the situation there?
Yeah, to me, I think in the lockdown, which is now going to be partially like 3 weeks, the pubs are going to be closed and the restaurants until 10 o'clock or something. And
Right.
then no matches, no football matches for 3 weeks. And people begin to be obligated to wear
Mask.
mouth masks and the social distancing, and it's all you can't go with in events with more than 30 people, and so that is a bit the situation right now since yesterday, and it doesn't inhibit me of feeling who I am and what I am and explore more inside.
Sure. And also, I read that you are into gardening now. Is it true? Or is just another legend about you?
Oh no! I love the garden. My new idea is, hey, we cannot travel, huh? We cannot travel, and we can't go too far away, and all those things. My garden is my world now.
All right.
In my garden, I can face my fears. I can do my exercising. I can climb trees. I can sit outside when it is cold. I can jump I'm making a new deep pool, 3 meters deep.
Wow,
And then
really?
rocks. I'm piling rocks upon each other, like tons of rocks. And then jump from 3 meters into the cold water every day.
All right.
And it's an amazing experience. It's like the Vikings. Like you gotta face your fear. We are warm human beings, inflamed sort of, always warm. And then you stand there in your shorts on the rocks on 3 meter and you jump in to the cold water. Wow! That's the way I feel.
Fantastic. You know what, Wim? It's very interesting for me to chat with you because number one, I hear your voice every morning when I get up. I put your breathing, guided breathing. So I hear your voice every day, fully in, let it go, And so for me, it's very weird because imagine you have someone that you never met, but I'm hearing your voice every day for 1.5 years. The other interesting thing, Wim, is this one that I was scared of cold, and also when I came in UK, I moved to UK, and I was always sick. I was always with flu, and it's interesting because I'm doing a lot of videos. I have 3 million followers, and you can see my previous videos until 1.5 years ago. I was always sick. My voice every time I was sick, and then I thought, all right, I have to find a solution, and I was looking for how to deal with cold. I was just searching, and I remember that I saw a video of yours, and at the beginning I was very skeptical because I thought, all right, this guy is he's a Superman, but it's not for me. And then I gave it a chance. I tried one video and was, the video that you did with the push-ups where you say, all right, try to breathe and then do the push-ups. And I tried and it worked. And I thought, oh, no, come on, really? Maybe it works for real. And from that moment, I started to do gradually cold shower. I still have a long process to go. And I'm good. I'm not sick. It's really incredible for me. So make a miracle, Wim. No, incredible. So I'm,
Life is a miracle. Life is a miracle. We gotta go to life. And a cold shower a day keeps the doctor away. That is simple. And
It is.
breathing. And the breath is the life force. With the breath, you can change your biochemistry. So there it is. If stress comes to us, it changes the biochemistry inside. But if you do the breathing deeply, you can change the biochemistry again, getting rid of the stress.
I love, Wim, the concept of how do you call it, vascular fitness. I really love it, because in Italy, for instance, I've been living. I'm 48 now, so I was 40 years of my life always, in a warm house, everything. Always, put a scarf on, don't go out without a hat. It's very, you're very protected. Your body is never exposed to cold of any kind. And when I came here, it is cold here in Brighton, and I was shocked. My body was not ready, and I was always in trouble. So I love this vascular fitness. I think is a powerful concept.
Yeah, it works like a vaccination. If you go to I always say, if you don't go to the cold, then the cold will come to you. If you don't go to the stress, then the stress will come to you. Stress is part of life. And we are living too much in the comfort zone behavior. And then the stress always out. When it is hot, air conditioning. When it is cold, heating. When we want to go to someplace, the car. When we have a wind and the rain, we go inside. And where is the stress? Where is the stimulation? On the biggest organ of ours, which is our skin. Where is it? It is gone. And in the skin is millions of electroreceptors, millions of temperature receptors. And they only work when the cold and the heat comes upon them. And they are connected to the vascular system. And the vascular system is 100,000 kilometers inside. And we do not exercise it. And the vascular system, 100,000 kilometers, it has millions of little muscles. And they help the blood flow. So vascular fitness is forgotten, is not done, but the cold shower brings it all back. Simple.
Yeah, it's incredible. And by the way, I have friends here, and they swim in the ocean in Brighton. They swim all year. They go weekly, and
they never become sick. They never become sick. Never sick.
The body is so strong. I mean, they are just used, and that's it. And it is so. The other thing that I love about your method is that. I'm so skeptic about all of this, systems, theories, and usually are very expensive. And then you need to do millions of courses. And your method is, breathing and cold exposure. So at the beginning, I thought, all right, it's free. So I try, and if it doesn't work, all right, doesn't matter. But so I find it fantastic, and I'm really happy that your is a movement now that is exploding. I saw you with everyone. I saw you with Gwyneth Paltrow, Jason Statham, Novak Djokovic. Everyone. Who is the most incredible person that called you and you didn't expect it?
Now, yesterday I had somebody visiting me.
Right.
And the man was diagnosed with sinus cancer in January. And all the doctors told him, you're going to die in 2 weeks, 3 weeks at the most.
Wow.
And then he began to do the method. And he believed he can heal himself. And now, yesterday, he came out of England to me here, and we had a meeting together. And we deepened into, this is like from January, he should be dead by a long time ago, by many doctors saying it.
Right.
But his belief and doing this method, he is alive, he is strong, and he is still fighting the tumor in his brain, but he feels good. And yesterday we did breathing exercise together. And then he felt connection with the tumor. I mean, this was so impressive. And of course, if I meet Oprah Winfrey and I do breathing with her,
Sure.
or Jason Statham and Laird Hamilton and Djokovic and or many of the others, they all do it. That's nice. They are healthy. They are powerful, etc. And I always say, even when you are powerful and you have all the fame and all the money and all the physical experts around you to train you, etc., you cannot buy health. Health you can get. You can attain health by going into a cold shower and doing it yourself. Do the breathing, because then this is the life force coming in, and you are able from the inside to become the alchemist. And anybody can do this. The biggest stars and the lowest of us in position, and it's for free. And I brought it to the science. That was the most incredible.
Yeah.
Because when I got into the science, Monty, then I got credibility. Instead of people saying, hey, this is a crazy man, and he is going into the cold, and he's saying these things. And then the science, after 30 years, science came in and it was confirming what I have been telling always. And then that was most incredible, because now I'm able to convince people to the power within themselves, and it is scientifically endorsed. That was the most powerful thing. And then a lot of people are doing this, like Matt Damon, DiCaprio. They all do it.
Right. I saw the Thor is doing it with the brother. I mean, yeah, everyone. But I remember when I spot you the first time, you were still not really known. I remember that Tim Ferriss. You went on the Tim Ferriss podcast, but at the beginning, I think it was all right, interesting. But you were not like a worldwide phenomenon. Is it true that at the beginning you were discovered by a Dutch moderator that tried to debunk you? Is it true or not?
Yes.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. He tried to debunk me, and he became my biggest fan. He helped me so much because he saw the true grit. He saw that I was real and that I had a great message. And he gave me a big doorway opening. Everything in his power, he did. And that was great. And then when I became international, then Scott Carney, who is an investigative journalist, anthropologist, who wrote a book, a New York Times bestseller on this, and he wrote What Does Not Kill Us. He was also to debunk me. And then he became my biggest fan. So I love people who are critical, because what I found is not of me, is of nature. And we have forgot the connection with our inner nature. And there is so much more inside of us, and it needs to be awakened. So I take any critics, because I always say it will polish the diamond of the truth. And that's what I want.
I love it. By the way, you have a lot of messages in the chat. I have so many congratulations. Bill Lee Curtis say, hi, Wim, almost 1 year into practice and changed my perception of the present. Thank you for your words. Wish you a healthy, strong, and happy life, my friend. Great. I mean, a lot of people, I have to say, are when you're exposed to your approach, it's very easy to start, because you try, you see what you did, and then you see so many people that are starting, and it's free, and there is nothing attached. So it's something that then you can try and gradually find also your level. This is what I'm discovering with me. Maybe I'm not ready, to go 10 minutes in the cold bath, but I'm good with 1 minute every day cold shower. All right, good. I start there and I grow gradually. So I love this option. And you have great kids, by the way, Wim. I wanted to say thanks to your kids because they helped you organize the interview, and it's fantastic. How did the relationship with your children has changed since you are a celebrity during these years?
My daughters are now daughters are daughters. A father needs to be normal. When I went to their school, in the primary school, I had to act according to their opinion like everybody else. But what I did was coming in shorts in winter time to get them from the school, doing handstands and splits on the courtyard in front, while the people were smoking, waiting for the children, and saying, hey, that guy is crazy. Look at him. He's in his shorts in the winter doing splits. He's crazy. And they told me, my daughters, I had to act like everybody else. This is normal behavior. But now my daughters have become instructors in a method that bears their father's name. That is, the world fantastic. Is around.
And they work with you. I mean, they are helping you building a flourishing business based on the method. So I think it's great. It's a great connection after what happened to your wife. Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it's great for the family. Is a fantastic story.
Yes. How deep can you go when their mother in 95 kissed them goodbye and then jumped from 8 stories down? How deep can you go when you are heartbroken, you have no money, and you have 4 children, the love of your life is gone, and you got to go with no money, with 4 children, creating a new nest of energy, of life. And there, the cold helped me, because the cold makes you still. It does not make you think. It brings you back into your body. It's almost shocking, but it makes your mind still. That healed me. My children made me survive, and the cold water healed me. It gave me peace, rest, control over heartbroken anxiety in my brain and being. And now we are the best together. With the confusion is gone. Great. We healed so many thousands and thousands of people. We heal by awakening them to the cold and to breathing and to their inner power therein. And that's most because the science is backing it up. So
it's fantastic.
Okay.
And by the way, go. Where did it go? Hi, hello. Hello. Who is she?
He's playing pirate.
Oh, a pirate. Oh my goodness. Look at you. How beautiful you are.
This is my youngest son now. My oldest son is 37, and he is almost 3 years old.
Oh, what's your name?
What's your name?
What's your name?
Noonie.
Oh, Noonie. Oh, hello, Noonie. Come on, say here he does. Is Noonie already into the cold shower or not?
Oh, he loves the cold. When he was 1 year, every day in the winter, on the grass, barefoot, walking with me.
Right.
Frozen over. And he just walks with me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, no
Yeah.
worries. Come in.
Yes,
Jump
yes,
in.
yes, mama.
Oh, fantastic! But by the way, Bogdan was curious to know from YouTube how did you discover the method for the first time, and you just said. But I was curious about did it change? Or are you changing the method during these years? Are you discovering more things? How the method has evolved?
Yes, you do something you like. You do something you find that makes you feel good. That is the cold water. That is what it did. Then I developed the breathing, because through deep breathing manipulation, you are able to make your hormonal system go at work. And then you become stronger inside. And then you are able to stay longer in cold water. So you become conscious of that. And then you separate the breathing from the cold. And then you find out that through breathing techniques learned in the cold, you can change your biochemistry. And then the science comes in, and they ask me, can you resist a bacteria doing the method? And then I said, yes, come on, give me back an injection. And they gave me injection, and that creates inflammation to all the people, but not with me, because I am controlling the biochemistry inside through the breathing techniques. And then the bacteria has no effect, because I activate consciously through the breathing techniques the immune system. And that, Monty, now is very important to know for everybody, because we have a problem with the immune system, because there is COVID-19. There is a virus, and our immune system is not functioning so good against that. That's why the whole world is in lockdown and economy crisis. People get out of work, and they talk about mouth caps and they talk about distancing, but they don't talk about how can you strengthen your own immune system.
That's a good point. Yeah.
That we found it in 2014, because I'm not just philosophizing. In 2014, we found people I trained in a couple of days. In a couple of days, they were also able to defy the reaction of the bacteria inside the blood. And this was not known in medical science. And that suddenly a whole group of people were able, 100% score, to activate their immune system through the breathing techniques and mindset. Then the bacteria had no chance.
This is a very good point, Wim, because everyone are talking today about vaccine, therapeutics, and but there is not much attention about how to improve your immune system, how to get stronger, how to react better if you get the COVID or something like that.
Yes, exactly. People who go and take cold showers, like yourself, experienced by yourself individually, they will all notice that they don't become sick. And why is that? Because when you go into the cold, you go consciously into the cold. Your consciousness makes you strong before you go into the cold, because you go into stress, and anything stressful is cell biological stress. And bacteria create cell biological stress, virus, emotional stress, mental stress. It is all cell biological stress. Now, when you go into the cold or you do the breathing techniques, then you go into consciously into the stress. Then you create a consciousness. Oh, the stress is coming. I got to be ready. That's the action. That is the most important action, because for the first time you go consciously into the stress, and then you make your body ready through your thought. That is the power of the mind. And that power I showed in brain scans. People go and bring cold water on my skin. I can, just by using the power of my thought, make the skin temperature not going down while being exposed by icy cold water.
I see.
And that is our natural power of our mind to battle with virus, bacteria, mental stress, biological stress, poison, anything. But we are talking masks and social distancing. But I got the science to back it up. It is not speculation. It's not a philosophy. It is data. I already showed this in science. In the university books, it also has changed university books. So people need to know that it is there. And let them just try. Like yourself, you said, you were very critical, skeptical, and then you try. Oh, maybe it works. You did. Wow, hey, nice. Maybe something else works too. And then you see it works. And I say to the people, when you hear this, just try it once.
Yeah.
Because feeling is understanding.
The other interesting concept is that your mindset changed completely. I give you my example. I mean, I'm really bad with cold, not a little bit. Like, cold is a big problem, like huge problem, all right? But at the beginning, when I thought, I started the method, I remember like the first week, all right, I tried to do like 10 seconds cold shower, like quickly. The idea of going under the cold shower was impossible. Like, oh my God, no, I just don't want to do that. It's like, like that kind of reaction. And now if I start like, it's just a breathe and then, all right, I go now. So my mindset is different. It's completely ready to deal with that and to handle it. So it's very interesting. And I went also once into the ocean. That is really cold. Like, for me, it's like incredibly cold. And I just stayed there, like 30 seconds. And but I couldn't do it before. But I say, all right, if I want, I can go. Now I can go. That I cannot swim like 20 minutes like my friends, but definitely my mindset is different. And once your mind is, your approach is different, then everything changed. That's very powerful.
That is the thing. That is the principle. The principle is that we learn to have a complete different sensation and behavior and power related to anything stressful in our lives after going into the cold ourselves. I always say it like this: if you don't go to the cold, then the cold will come to you. If you don't go to the stress, then the stress will come to you. Learn to activate through the going consciously into the stress mechanisms to bring within the power of your will. And then the stress of daily life is going to be completely different. That is a change of consciousness, change of perception. And let me tell you that then the power of the mind is only starting, because you are able to increase the power of your mind and deal with more stress. You can overcome things you thought of not possible. And with that, you will lose fear. You become more conscious and you lose fear. And you become really confident.
Also, because when I'm under a cold shower, for instance, I cannot deal with anything else. The only thing I have to deal with is cold. How do I stay there? And so I have to be very present, very, very focused. This is probably also, there was a question here about Carlo. He was asking if the Wim Hof method helped with brain training, like focus and memory.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. the focus is like concentration. Concentration is density of energy. If you are able within a problem, because then you need to focus. You need focus to solve a mathematical problem. You need focus and to stay on it. You need focus to overcome a fight in a match. You need focus when you go soliciting for a new job. You need focus when you do exams. That is density of energy inside the brain, to keep it there and to have it not molested or interfered by the stressful situation. That is focus.
All
that
right.
is concentration. And this, by going into the cold, you learn to adapt. The body is able to adapt. And then your focus learns to stay tranquil, not interfered. So that is focus. And with the focus, you are the witness of what is happening. And then you stay in objective control over the situation. And then you find the solutions. So absolutely, it is all in the brain. And this is what I'm showing in the brain scans. How to keep focus, how to keep tranquility while stress is going on. Because there it is.
Yeah, which is the main the main obstacle to overcome. Wim, the other day I was talking with a friend of mine who is a skipper on boats. All right, and he told me that it's incredible how if you have if someone fall off the board. Of the boat, and if you fall into the ocean, for instance, the majority of deaths are not because of hypothermia, for instance. He say, look, you have probably 50 minutes of time. The majority of deaths they happen during the first 3 minutes because of cold shock. People, they cannot deal with the cold, and then they have this moment, and then they just start getting water, and then they die, unfortunately. So it's incredible how that's not a physical reaction. It's just a mindset. You're not ready. You're not used to it, and then you panic, and then you have problems. Basically.
Yes, and that if you want to learn to deal with your own anxiety in any shape, learn to go into cold water, because then your will is overcoming the stress, which normally makes you panicking, which normally makes you paranoid. It makes you dealing with the cold shock, and you don't know, and you. But the thing is, if you stay cool, follow the breath. Just stick to the breath. Don't go with your mind to the cold. Because the cold is there. It's real. It's a force. But you have an innate capacity to deal with stress by staying focused inside your own breath. If you do that, then very soon your body is adapted. And then you can stay half hour inside the cold water, and there is no problem. What is that? That is when you stay and let the body do what the body is capable to do, then you are able to do so much more. And we have lost this connection with the capability of the body's adaptive power to difficult situations. We've lost. We get paranoid, anxiety, and that's why we don't do it. We don't go into life. We don't take the challenges. We hide. And with the cold practice, you learn to stay in control. And then you feel suddenly, I can take on any obstacle that comes in my life. Here I am. Peace, power to me. Yeah. Oh, Yeah.
Giacomo say that is very powerful, and ask Wim, what is the best way to start this breathing technique for a beginning? First of all, I want to show, because I had it here, I just want to remind to everyone that Wim, you came out with the book that will come out in the US, I think is 20th of October, possible.
Yes.
But in UK is already out, and it is one of the rarest time that I saw. Basically, all the reviews are 4 and 5 stars, and I wrote 2 books, and I don't have only 4 and 5 stars. So I was really impressed. So the Wim Hof method, I assume that you have condensed inside the book the basic principles of the method. So this could be a great starting point. But what would you suggest to a beginner?
To beginner, just get on my website, and there is a free app. It's a free app. You don't need to buy the book. You just take on the free app. And if you take on the free app, then you find all the understandings, all the protocols of doing the breathing, which has been tested in the university. And then people got injected, and they were able to boost up their immune system, so the bacteria had no reaction. Imagine what it can do with the virus. I mean, if you get control over your immune system, plus the way to regulate your own mood, you want to be happy, strong, and healthy? Just breathe, motherfucker. And it is simple. It is simple, and it is for free. Just do it. Just look it up. It's all there. Love.
Andrea is asking you if you follow a particular diet. I knew that you had, like, for 35 years, you were eating once a day. Is it possible? But you changed it. Now it is maybe a little bit different, but I'm not updated on your diet.
Yeah, at least 35 years I ate once a day, and I have so much energy. So the energy comes from deeper breathing that is feeding into the cells. It's creating molecules. Molecules is energy. Food equals energy. Molecules equals energy. Deep breathing also equals energy, molecules. So that's why I never needed to eat more. Now I eat once. I eat enough,
right?
But not too much. Don't eat too much. Also do the deep breathing, because then you get the energy. I got lots of energy every day.
By the way, I recently read a book from an 80-years-old professor, British professor, I think. It's called The Lazarus Strategy, if I remember well. And basically it's about aging. And he gave a very simple recipe based on research and facts. And one of the recipe is just don't eat too much. Eat well and don't eat too much. Don't overeat, which is a huge problem at the moment.
In the science, it's known now, if you give mice a restricted food diet, they live longer, like twice longer.
Right.
2 times longer than mice who get all the food they want to eat. And mice who get a restricted diet, they live twice as long. Because when your body is in restricted food supply inside, it becomes more active. It becomes more efficient. And then it is able to create energy out of different things. And that is very healthy. Overeating is killing that process. And then your body needs to deal with the processing of food all the time. And is not able to process different areas, say, of repair, of efficiency, of being very active. It's all on cell level. So this man is right. When we were in the prehistorics, looking for food was not because we went to the supermarket or the Walmart or whatever. No, our eyes became bigger because we felt, hey, I'm hungry. This is like the nervous system. You become, you feel, looking. You become active. The body becomes active. This is a revision of the neurological system itself. It's parallel. So then you find the food and you eat to your satisfaction. And then when you are hungry again, the body becomes very efficient. Eyes become brighter. You begin to look. You got energy to go. You become like a cat. It's all very healthy. And now what we do when we think, and we are very much influenced by the advertising, we need food in the morning, we need lunch, we need dinner, we need things in between. And the supermarket, they will always say, yes, do it. This food is the best. This makes you divine. This is so delicious. Oh, they're drooling. Oh, beautiful. And you just follow this because we got always these old feelings that we of scarcity, or of that the food is not there. They're still there, this in our brain. So that's why we overeat. And besides of that, in our society, we get food within a system that makes money if you buy more. So they want us to buy food while it's not necessary. And it's wrong. Get control. Get a hold of yourself. Eat when your eyes become bigger. Eat when you really feel hungry, because then you have a neurological revision every day done. It's like the car once a year needs a revision. You can have a revision every day, and then you function perfectly. Nature knows.
Wim, I see in the chat that several people have a question about how cold has to be the water when you do a cold shower. And by the way, look what I got here. I bought a thermostat, you see, to see how cold has to be. How cold is my shower. And by the way, I noticed that in the last week, it dropped from, I don't know, 18 degrees to 12 degrees or 11 degrees, which is a lot. I mean, people don't realize, but 1 degree also make a big difference. So how cold has to be the shower?
Just cold. If you put it cold, and in the summer, you can stay longer in the cold shower to create thermogenesis. Thermogenesis is the process of the vascular system to be exercised, to get in, to maintain core body temperature, because the core needs to be 37 degrees. But when you have 18 degrees water, it will go down, it will affect. So then the veins around the vital parts will constrict. That is thermogenesis. That is exercise of the vascular system, which is great. When it is 12 degrees, it goes faster, because the lower the temperature, the faster it goes, because that's dangerous. It's dangerous for the core body temperature to be go into hypothermia. So I say 12 degrees, great. 10 degrees, great. When you do 10 days of cold training in the cold shower, and you are able to stay for 3 minutes in the cold of the shower, then you are ready to go outside and begin with 30 seconds immersion in natural bodies of water. It's all there. And then always follow your feeling. Don't force it upon you. Your body will tell. Your vascular system is ready. Core body temperature maintains. Your functionality is all there. It's all by feeling. It's natural. But the thing is, the cold is a perfect trainer of the inner vascular system. And Monty, the killer number one in our society is still cardiovascular related diseases. And through the cold showering, you will tackle that serial killer. It's It's very simple. So how cold? Just begin and follow your feeling. Your feeling is your guide.
There are a lot of questions, for instance, Filippo, but a lot of questions from everywhere saying, when are you coming to Italy, France, Britain, Australia? I mean, how is your tour going with the COVID? Is it in standby? Your seminars, workshops, events? What's the situation?
Yeah, well, I think I'm overpowered by the protocol of to make events happening in the world. Ma altrimenti voglio andare, molto, mi amo molto in Italia, voglio andare in Italia, stare là. So I love to be in Italy. I think it is, one of the most beautiful countries in the world, if it is not the most beautiful country. So always I had this. So I am restricted because of the protocols with traveling and going somewhere, and people are restricted. But in myself, I'm not restricted. I just do what I do every day. I feel strong. And you know what? I'm not afraid of COVID. Let them come to me and then inject me with the COVID. Because I showed in 2014 already that the damaging factor of COVID is inflammation, interleukins, inflammatory markers, and we brought it down with the breathing techniques. I showed the people how to do that in a couple of days, and they got injection as well, and they had no problems with the bacteria. They did not become sick. Once again, people should look into this. And the science is there. The books are changed already, but they don't use it. They don't talk about it. They talk about this and about this. But they don't talk about how to go in and make the change.
Which is also maybe the reason is because people need to do an effort. I mean, it's easier to get, a pill than build your immune system. I mean, going under the cold shower is not fun at the beginning, at least. It's not fun. I find it enjoyable now when I come out, but at the beginning is an effort that you have to do. Is a pain that you have to deal with. So and people that they don't really want to find a way that require an effort. It's easier to say, all right, let's take the easy way, and that's it. So probably this is also the reason. But one question, Wim, aren't you scared or afraid when you're doing one of your event that maybe someone get like a cold shock or a heart attack because I don't know, humans are different. So even if you go gradually, but how you deal with that? Aren't you scared about that?
I was in the first time I went to climb with a group of people, the Kilimanjaro in shorts. Yeah. Then the oldest person, he had 4 bypasses, heart bypasses. And I said to everybody, hey, we are going to climb the Kilimanjaro in 3 days in shorts. Wow. And up there, it is like polar conditions up there. And this man was 65 years. And he had 4 coronary bypasses. And then all the doctors, all the physiologists, all the Alpine experts, they told, this is irresponsible. The man is going to die. Because all these physiological arguments, they came, and he should not, he cannot not do this. We did not do it in 3 days. We did it in 2 days. Right. And this man, I met so many people with open heart surgery done, and not only once, maybe 2 or 3 times. And they, in one afternoon, they were able to go into freezing water for 2 minutes. All of them.
Right.
And of course, you always have to be sure and safe for the exception. But I say, if you use it wrong, what I'm telling, that there were, for example, people who began to do the breathing exercises, which we say you have to do it on the sofa and in bed, because you
Yeah.
can become dizzy, you
Yeah.
can get out. It's very strong. Then some people took it from the YouTube and they went into the swimming pool. And then it's wrong. It's malpractice. And then you can die. But you can die of any sport if you do it wrong. You have to follow the protocols, because this is very, very strong, very accessible, very powerful, and we simplified it all. And it's able to make our immune system a lot stronger, our mood regulation a lot stronger, and we feel so much more energy. Just simple cold showering and breathing. Yes, there it is. It brings us back to our inner nature.
Cristiano's saying, hey, Wim, I discovered new words since I watched you on Russell Brand podcast. Thanks a lot. And by the way, I think you went with Russell Brand. You took him for a cold exposure.
Yeah.
And how did he react?
Oh, amazing. He's as crazy about life as I am. So he takes on the challenge. And he loved it. He loved it. In the end of the day, we went. This was the anecdote. When we went into the River Thames in March, then it's like 7 degrees, 6 degrees, 7 degrees. And he went slowly but surely. He went into the water, and he said to me, "Wim, what do I have to do different?" I said, "Nothing. Just go." Just go in there and feel it. Nature will show you. Just stay cool. Just stay nice and cool. And then it's going to happen. And it happened. And then the end of the day, there is no secret to it. At the end of the day, I said, let's go out of the sauna. We go into the ice water now, and we stay 1 minute under the water. And that was a great exercise. But I don't recommend it to do it on your own anywhere. This was just between me and Russell Brand. So he loves it. And he loves the breathing. He is now able to stay without air in his lungs for 3.5 minutes. That is strong. And I know women who can do this too. It's amazing. Everybody can do that. With that, we change our chemistry inside. It's not only talking what we do it. And then it happens. It's amazing.
It's amazing. We also, because I'm reading the chat while you talk, and the amount of comments from people that are trying and doing this, and they report, feedback is incredible. And so it's very easy to spot, fake news or things that don't work, because after a while, people try and say, guys, that doesn't work, or someone is debunking stuff that don't work. So this is really, really interesting and very encouraging for the future. Final minute, and then I'll let you go, Wim. You were really, really kind to agree to this chat. What's your plan for the next 12 months? Do you have any project? Do you have any?
I got many projects. One of them is I'm waiting for the studies who are already done on the DNA in San Francisco, DNA and depression, both 2 studies. And these are with the top researchers of the world. I want to show that with this method, we are able to influence directly at will into the DNA. So much deeper than ever before was thought possible. And with that, I want to show that people have a purpose in life. And that is to solve the problems of our ancestors here and now in our genetical DNA. Because that's the soul. Those are the spirits in our DNA. And I want to show that it is not philosophy. When we go through the stress, then we get into the old trauma. And then we are able to solve the old trauma to go away. And with that, we help our ancestral, genetical, encrypted codes. And that is amazing. That is one of the projects. Project number 2 is the Garden of Eden. I'm into with the Maasai, working with the Maasai in Tanzania and Kenya. And I want to make the circle of life of the elephants, the gnus, and the wildebeest, and the zebras, the giraffe, the lions, everything, the circle of life. Elton John was singing the Hakuna Matata, the Lion King. I am doing it. I am doing that together with the Maasai. We are making water come. So the poop of millions of animals together with the water will fertilize the ground for everybody. For everybody. And then tourists will come to those places. It's called the Garden of Eden project. Then the tourists will come. They will not go in cars, but they will go on foot in the land of the lion, the elephant, and then feel nature the way nature meant it to be, without fear. That is another project. And the rest is every day. Every day you wake up with such a sense, you go into the cold, you do your power exercising because you are in command. Don't forget,
I love it.
You are in command of your own beautiful life.
I love it. Wim, thank you so much. You're fantastic, and I wish you the best, and I hope to meet you in person one day. And let's keep going. Let's keep going. Yes. Thank you so much, Wim. I'll see you soon.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.